All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin JC here. I'm here with Mike from Catfish Season 7, Episode 19. Mike, how you doing, boo?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm really good. So let me tell you something. What made me look you up and ask you to do an interview? I seen your episode a long time ago, and I went to look for your Instagram, and I could not find it for the life of me. Could not find anything. So I want to know: has your Instagram always been up, or did you just make it like public?
No, it's always been up. I actually always had it public. The only thing that's really private about my life is my Facebook. Like, you can still look me up on Facebook, but I don't, accept anybody there. But, no, my Instagram is open for people to view and for people to DM. It's totally open.
Okay, then. Yeah, because I went to look for you. I was like, because I had started doing interviews around 2017 with other reality stars. And, and I was like, I got to find this boy. Like, I have got to find him and ask him questions, but I could not find you. So I watched your episode. Actually came on MTV this morning before I went to work.
And, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yes, I was watching it on MTV this morning, and I was like, there go that boy again. And I was like, let me see if I can find his Instagram. I typed in Mike and Joey Catfish Instagram, and you popped up, and I was like, yes.
What's it called? Well, also, I'm very active in, the comments. When it comes to my episode, of course, I don't really watch the other episodes. It's no shade, no tea or anything. It's just, I just don't really watch TV to begin with. But I'm very interactive with the people who comment. Of course, the positive comments. And I always tell people, follow my Instagram. I'm always, self-promoting. But, I'm always in the comments and whatnot.
Okay, then. So how did, Catfish come about? Because you have some fans on one side saying, oh, their story was scripted, and you have some fans on the other side saying, no, it was 100% real. So I want to know, how did that come about, and was the whole situation
So it was real. So there's, a huge backstory with it for me personally. Going into it, I reached out to Catfish, wrote in, and they reached out to me saying, oh, yeah, we really want to do the episode with you. Things happen. But on the first day of filming, where people think that I'm, fake or whatever, I actually had a death of a best friend had happened the first day of filming, and I opted not to bring it up in the episode. Obviously, the wound was very fresh, very, surreal to me, and I was crying, and then all of a sudden, 12 cameras would be in my face, and then, you had to perk yourself up to put your best face forward, and it was crazy, and I think that that's what threw a lot of people off, and they don't know that, of course, not until, this, goes out, but, I just had to, really, on the spot come up with things quick, and I was like, how am I gonna push through this? But I did, and I had so much fun with it regardless of that situation, and it was, I'm happy the way things turned out in the end for everything in that episode, and people like to judge me based on what my lifestyle was, and my lifestyle was real. I was living for free, and I was very lucky, and that's what a lot of people don't know, is that everything that happened to me was lucky. If you look at my Instagram, if you look at my Snapchats, I was going to Nobu, I was going to really good sushi spots, and I still do to this day, and I had a lot of things handed to me at the time, and I was very grateful, and I still do, but I definitely work for a lot more now, and I've been more grateful for, the things that life has given me, and not taking things for granted. So, and also it's TV. Everything's heightened on TV,
Right. So, did anything come out of it, after the show, or was your life pretty much kind of regular?
It was regular. I still get people, you saying, oh my God, you're from Catfish, and I have people, saying oh my God, I've inspired them, and I'm like, inspired you to be what, a sugar baby? But no, I am very grateful because, I was very outspoken, and, I don't want to say character, but being on the show, I was a lot more vivacious and out there than other guests, where they're a little more insecure, and they're usually in a lull in life, and it's sad, and like I said, I don't really watch the show, so I'm just grasping things from scenes that I've seen in my life, and I really put my best face forward, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm ever going to do TV again. However, I'm going to make the most of it right now, and I'm happy I did.
All right, now that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, so you never really like, plan to do reality TV or anything, or is that something that you would like to get into?
Actually, well, what's funny is I'm actually in school now for nursing.
Okay.
However, I tried out for Big Brother, and I like had a whole like casting video done. Like actually, really recently, I had a photographer come, and it was like a huge production for me. But they, I think, canceled the casting, which sucks because I put in so much effort. But no biggie, I'll get in again, and I'll just make another video or submit the same video. But reality TV is fun, and, it's nice. Everybody, wants exposure. Everybody wants to, get their name out there, and that's what I want to do,
Right. And I know exactly what you mean when it comes to the Big Brother stuff, because I was actually just old enough this year to audition for season 22, and I did a whole video, and now that COVID-19 fucked everything up, it's just like, oh, God.
Yeah, same. And, I'm so grateful that I got to do reality TV at such a young age, too. I was 19 when I did it, when we filmed.
Right.
So it was, I wasn't even 20, and I was, like, doing things that I dreamed of doing not even 10 years ago, going on TV. Who would have thought that I was ever going to do that? And I was so grateful, positive or negative. I mean, people comment stuff all the time. They're like, oh, your teeth, or, oh, those shorts. And I'm like, okay, like, you're beating a dead horse at this point. Like, say something new. Say something fresh.
Right. Right, and honestly, I didn't see nothing wrong with the shorts. I have long legs. I love to show them off, so I feel you, honey, period.
Hey, I got shorter ones now,
so. So, meeting Neve for the first time and Jim Carrey's daughter, what was that like?
Meeting Neve was exactly how I had expected. He was so nice. He was like a father, He was very playful, and he was very warm and so nice. And literally, what you see on TV is what you get. Even like when the cameras like weren't on, he was just a genuine person, and I'm so happy about that, because you hear horror stories about celebrities being just nasty people to
right.
Like guests and whatnot and fans. And Jane Carrey was probably one of the most humble people on the face of this earth. She actually gave me some really good advice. They got it on camera a little bit when we were all sitting down, and they were talking about like the dick pics or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, what you see on TV is not really what you get, which was like a good snippet of advice, but she gave me a lot more advice on and off camera, and it really like stuck with me. I forgot what she said exactly, but it's basically don't take everything for granted, and I was very happy about that.
Right. So how long did that whole Catfish process take, like, from start to finish?
Well, getting to the filming part was like exhausting, and there was like other like things going on, because when I was auditioning for the show, because you do have to like an audition and a background check and whatnot, and that's for every TV show.
Right.
So when I wrote in, it took a while, because Neve was actually under that stupid investigation for the sexual harassment, which they found nothing. Neve is just a playful guy, and I'm pretty sure somebody took something out of context, and it wasn't anything that he meant, probably. But it was a while, and I was just like, what are we going to do? So finally, like, they called me up one day, and they're like, okay, we're going to do the episode, and, we're going to get you up to LA and whatnot, and we're going to film this stuff. So it did, but filming only took about, I think, 5 days. I think we started on July 27th, and August 2nd we were done.
Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know what really caught my eye to you during your episode was your way of speaking. I've always been this type of person that loves it. Like, when girls do it as well, like, when they drag their words, I fucking love it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. So I always thought it was very intriguing that, you actually, like, that's how you actually talk, right? Like, you really speak.
Yeah, that's how I talk.
I love it.
I was me the whole time, and, I took excerpts. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you caught anything in the episode, but a lot of that stuff that I said, it was a huge homage to actually Megan Hauserman.
Yes. I was actually gonna bring that up because yeah.
So again, like what had happened with like my friend passing and whatnot, it was really hard for me to like you know, just be myself because I just wanted to sit in a corner and cry. But, you know, I was like, Megan Hauserman was a strong woman, and I always admired her growing up. And, you know, she was always funny, and she just inspired me to, like, be, like, a trailblazer and an exhibitionist to not only from, like, my body and being confident in my own body, but, like, just being confident in general. And I really admire her for that. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I ripped her off or whatever. No, I didn't rip her off. Like, I quoted her almost word for word. So, like, you know, I have no issue saying that I paid her a huge homage. So
exactly. Yeah. And did you hear about Megan actually watching your episode?
No.
Yeah, she actually thought you were the cutest thing in the fucking world.
No, my God, I love her so much.
Yes, and she considers you the male equivalent of her older self. Because, you know, she's kind of changed now. She's not on that type of time now. But she said she considers you the equivalent of her.
I would love to meet. I follow her on Instagram, and her and I have had some interactions, but she hasn't followed me back yet. But what's it called? I love to like just talk with her and just like express myself to her. I actually talked to Lacey Skulls. She's from Rock of Love too.
Yes.
I watched all those shows growing up, so all those women, like the Flavor of Love girls,
exactly.
the Rock of Love girls, they all had like a huge impact on me because I mean it was on TV all the time, and you know,
right.
It was fun to watch. But you know, I talk to them and they're very humble and they're totally not like you see on TV. And, you know, again, people think that I'm like this monster of like, oh, I just want to be a sugar baby and I don't work at all, which is totally not true at all. Like, obviously I'm going to school and I'm actually paying for school out of my own pocket. And I work really hard. So obviously, like, what you see on TV is not what you get in real life.
Okay, then. And I kind of agree with you when it comes to the VH1 celebrity era because they were a big part of my childhood as well. I started watching Flavor of Love 2 in the 2nd grade and just... I was so hooked, especially when they came out with Rock of Love and then Charm School and I Love Money. I was so into all of these shows.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Right, and being that I was into all of these shows, that's why I was going to bring up the Megan Hauserman thing because I caught it when you were like, you know, ideally for me, I want to be a trophy husband. I caught that, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, am I the only...
said, like, all of her iconic lines, and I'm happy, you know what? It may not be original, but you know what? I had fun with it, and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
And you know what? Like, regardless of what people thought, regardless of, you know, whatever, I had fun with it. You know, forget the bathing suits, forget the tan, forget whatever, you know, I'm me, and it was fun, and yeah.
Right, you know, and, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was an experience, so.
Of course, yeah.
Exactly. So, one fan wanted to know, is Neve as attractive on TV, is Neve as attractive in person as he is on TV?
Oh, fuck yeah. I told him, I was like, if you ever leave your wife, I'm wide open for you. I, like, explicitly said that over and over again. I needed to make sure that was assured and in his head.
Oh, yeah, he is so cute. No lie, period.
No, but I didn't mean that in, like, a creepy sexual
I feel
way,
you, boo, period.
You know?
You know what? It would have been nice if you got to meet Max, though. He's really cute.
Max, actually, I think I was like one of the first episodes that they filmed right before Max left. It was like up in the air whether Max was going to be in my episode or not, actually. And it was like a very last minute thing where they were like, oh, okay, well, he's not going to be in it. Or at least I didn't find out till last minute because everything like filming with them was really last minute. And that's like filming for everybody. They have to do things on the spot, you know. It's just the way Hollywood goes. But it was really, I had fun either way. I'm happy Jane Carey was here because, you know, she was really nice.
Right. And did you expect Mikey to be the person?
No, but again, I'm happy it was him because I said some intimate things in the messages, and it was things that like, he kind of already knew, like about myself and whatnot. So It wasn't like he was learning anything new about me, which was awesome. But I was still a little heartbroken. And him and I actually tried to be friends after the show. We actually, because I had to go back for the funeral. So him and I, like, we met up, and we patched it up. But we actually had a falling out last summer, unfortunately, and we haven't talked since.
Okay.
But, he knows my number. He knows my Instagram. He can call me whenever. So.
Alrighty. So
Yeah.
when y'all were having that banter back and forth and the insults and all of that, so were those really coming out naturally, or was it more so improv between, kind of improv between the two of you?
Well, again, I didn't know it was him, so it shocked me, and it's weird because people saw me smiling, like, oh, you could see the, shit grin on his face. And I was like, no, like, I wanted to laugh because, like, it was somebody that I knew, and I was kind of, like, just done at that moment.
Right.
And I was exhausted, but, like, it really was, like, how I felt at that moment. Obviously, I don't go around telling people, oh, your makeup sucks. I actually work in makeup, so, I don't do that. But,
right.
It's just, he just really got under my skin at that moment. And again, like, after all that filming, and what they don't tell you, I mean, you see it on this show, but they load you up with Starbucks, so you're already hyped on caffeine, and, like, it's just, so you're at, like, level 100, but,
right.
I apologized to him after the show, so we patched it up.
Well, that's great, man. That's wonderful. So,
yeah.
One fan wanted to know, were you really in San Diego? Because on the show, it looked like you were in LA.
Yes, I was in San Diego, and I had lived there for about, I want to say, we started filming in July, so I was living there for about, like, 3 months.
Okay.
And they've put me on a train to LA, so that's why some of the filming was in LA.
Okay.
And I think they specified that. I think they said that they were going to put me on a train or whatever.
Right. So, how was, like, the roommate situation? I remember you telling Neve that, you could live free because of your roommate. So I want to know how...
people thought that I was, like, fucking my way to, live in San Diego, which was not true at all. The guy I was living with was really nice. He helps a lot of people out, actually. And I was new to San Diego. I didn't know anybody here. I, like, pretty much just bought a plane ticket and just bounced from Connecticut. And I was, like, just desperate to live anywhere here. So he hit me up, and he was really nice, and he wasn't creepy at all. I had my own room, and he was like, just be clean. You can live here for the time being. He actually ended up moving about a year later, so he's no longer my roommate, but he was really sweet, and he gave me also, like, really good advice, so I'm really happy about that.
Okay, then, that's nice. I hate it when people just assume shit and don't really know the situation. Like, it's really
Again,
nice.
I mean, it's just TV, so they just, for the sake of time, they probably edited out, like, me trying to explain that.
Okay.
Even if I did explain it, but, I mean, my roommate situation is my business to begin with, so for people to just assume is kind of, like, crazy, but... let's face it, I would do the same thing.
Okay. And I know Catfish, they sometimes have, like, reunions and stuff near the end. Did y'all have a reunion for your season?
We did not have a reunion. I think... No, I was trying to talk to the producer about it, because, like, last summer when everything was going down between me and Mikey, him and I had made YouTube videos, which are now taken down. I took my YouTube videos down, like, bashing him. He took the videos down bashing me, I think. And the producer had actually called me, and she was like, hey, just to be clear, like, I'm not telling you to take it down, but if Catfish were to do anything in the future, like, they don't want, like, the public to know beforehand, because it ruins the element of surprise or whatever.
Right.
But they never ended up doing anything, so, and, the feud had passed, and I was just, I grown, so.
Well, that's what's up, then. So you're so you're not, like, in the same headspace of I want to, be somebody's trophy husband.
Oh, no, but I mean, if the opportunity was there, definitely. But I'm not, like, actively looking for that. Again, I'm trying to go to school and, making a life for myself and being self-sufficient and, just having fun on my own, and having fun on your own is way better than having fun on somebody else's dime.
Okay. And I remember on the show, Mikey was talking. He was explaining to Neve that he's playing this role right now, and this is not how he is off camera. And I want to know, what was your opinion on that?
Well, first off, when me and Mikey were friends, I think that he likes to twist words, because I don't change, and I think that maybe I had borrowed a few words from Megan Hauserman, of course, but again, my life was my life at that moment, and it's hard for some people to grasp that. It's hard for people to understand that, like, okay, maybe this kid is living the life that he's living, and it was my life. It was totally genuine, honest, and I lived for free, and I lived in California. I was young, I was immature, I was doing crazy shit, and I mean, I was happy doing it, but you grow up. I'm not that person anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And one fan wants to know, did you actually used to tan, eat sushi, and drink on the beach all day?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like I said, everything I said in that show that I did. I lived on the beach for a little bit before moving to San Diego, actually. I lived in Oxnard. And I was, like, right next to the beach, and it was, like, a dream come true for me, and I was just drinking and eating sushi, and, yeah.
All right. What does sushi taste like? Because I want to try it, but it just when somebody told me it was raw fish, that's when I was like, okay.
It doesn't. I don't know how I would describe it. I would just describe it as good. But no, it's really good. I mean, just don't go to the hole in the wall sushi places. Go to somewhere that's well known. You don't want to get worms or whatever.
Right. Okay.
I usually go to Nobu, so usually the Justin Biebers and the Kardashians and the Mariah Careys, they eat there. Oh, okay then. Yeah.
So after the show, you didn't really have any more contact with production?
No, the production cut right off. I went my way. I was actually, after the show, I actually ended up talking to someone for a little bit, and, I got a little intimate, and, I just kind of put that aside, the Catfish thing, and then it aired, and I kind of, had fun with it, and it was nice. Me and Mikey actually went to Vegas, and we got recognized there a little bit, and in New York, and it was fun.
Okay, then. And have you been on, the meme sites, seeing the memes they made from your episode?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you seen the memes they made from your episode on the meme sites?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It was funny. Some of them were funny, some of them were mean, but, I appreciate the funny ones, a lot.
Right.
And again, like I said, I get DMs all the time. They're like, oh my God, your confidence inspired me. I'm like, well, thank you. It means a lot. And, all I care about that episode is that people laugh and have a good time watching it, because I don't want, people to hate me. I just want people to have a good time, and, that's just my being. Right.
One fan wants to know, did you expect anything negative from the episode?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I went on there as a bitch. Of course, people are going to hate me. But, people recognize me in real life. I have, sixth graders come up and smile at me, and, they think that I'm, the best person ever. And, it warms my heart. But, there are some nasty comments, and I still get DMs to this day. I literally had a dentist in my DMs saying, oh, you need to get your teeth fixed or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And sometimes it got so bad, where they just would not stop harassing me. I've had to call people's jobs before and, say, look, your company's name is attached to this person who is saying homophobic and just really disgusting things to me. It needs to stop.
Alrighty, yeah, I feel that. That's ridiculous. I would have did the same thing, honestly, because it just doesn't make sense, wasting time talking back and forth with them through DMs, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And, I don't like fighting, and I don't like the drama, and I like to squash that shit right away. So, when people just are bringing up something from 2 years ago, it's ridiculous.
Right. One fan wants to know, have you ever seen Bad Girls Club?
I have. My mom used to watch that growing up. That's when I stopped watching TV, because when Bad Girls Club came on, Rock of Love and all those shows kind of ended because of that whole incident. So
Right.
I kind of just like stopped watching TV altogether, and like I kind of was over like after like term school too with you know, the Rock of Love girls. I kind of was over it anyway. So I kind of just like stopped watching TV, and I just started going outside and being a normal person.
Oh, okay then. So you kind of strayed away from the celebrity era after Charm School 2.
Yeah.
Okay then. So you never seen like Rock of Love Bus or Charm School 3?
I've seen like excerpts of it, and I actually ended up watching it years later. I actually ended up watching it like right after I filmed for Catfish, because they were all on YouTube for a hot minute.
Yes.
And I don't know why they got taken down, because it was like, you know, gold. But I watched it, and it was really funny, and I had wished I watched it like a while ago when it was, you know, fresh. But
Right.
I'm happy I saw it, and all those girls are iconic.
Right. And did you ever get to see the 3rd season of Charm School or no?
I did, yes.
Okay. One fan wants to know, did you know Megan was supposed to have her own dating show?
Yeah, and that's the reason why all the stuff, you know, all those VH1 shows went away.
Right,
and
right.
It's sad, and it's so sad what happened to her. I feel like she totally had a missed opportunity.
Exactly. It burnt me up when I heard about it, because I was like, damn, like this was finally her chance to be that girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she did deserve her own. She deserved her own like thing in the end to begin with. So, like, she had that personality, but like, it was starting to like wear off on me, you know, like all those shows like I Love New York was cool, and same with Flavor of Love and Rock of Love. Then they started coming out with like Daisy of Love, and
yeah, it felt like repetitive.
The Entertainer had his own show, and I was like, I am not watching that.
Exactly, it felt very repetitive, like they're just giving everybody shows. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, even like Flavor of Love like 3, I was like, no, thank you.
Oh yeah, you are so right there. I feel like it really started dying down when Daisy got her own show. Honestly.
Oh yes, 100%.
That's when it really started to die down, because what a lot of people don't know is that development deal was actually for Heather. But
I have been watching, and I'm a subscriber to Talk of Love. And
yes, me too. I love it. Did you watch Megan's episode?
Of course I did. I was on that like white on rice.
Yeah,
so nice. I mean, I'm so happy that she's like, and she deserves everything she has now. I'm so happy she's happy with her kid and her husband and living, you know, her best life ever. Yeah. And I think she lives in Florida now, and I'm so happy for her.
Right. I think the way she discovered you too, because she doesn't generally watch TV. I think a lot of the trolls were screenshotting your little quotes, and they were sending them to her like, oh, he's trying to copy you and this and that. And I guess they thought she was going to get angry, but she actually thought it was cute as fuck.
No, again, like, trust me, I have been very vocal, especially on, like, there's some, like, throwback reality TV show accounts that I follow, and I'm very vocal about it, because they post me all the time. I think Throwback Reality TV Shows 1999 is one of them. I think that's the page on Instagram. Don't get me wrong, or I think I'm saying the tag wrong, but they compare me to her all the time, and it's very funny, it's very playful, and like it's fun, and if people take it seriously, then they take TV way too seriously.
Exactly. So you do plan on doing reality TV sometime though, right? You're not completely done yet?
No, of course. I want to do some more reality TV wherever I can. You know, once you get a taste of it, you just kind of want more. It's like
I figured that.
A drug without, like, you know, the bad part.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely want to do it. I'm not in any rush to, you know, go out and pursue it. But I do have some connections, and I will be using them. And yeah.
Oh, exactly. I really hope you do. You know, when they reopen Big Brother casting, I really hope you make it, man. I hope I make it. Shoot, exactly. Hey, if we both make it on there together, we need to have like a secret Final Two alliance.
No, I don't even care if I win the show. I just want to be on the show, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
You know what I feel like
bottom
too?
three.
You know what I feel like too? Because you know how they still film the jury members after they're eliminated? I feel like if you don't make jury, you're not relevant.
Yeah, I would just say, what happened to Megan and I Love Money, what happened to me, I would, like, totally, like, be eliminated. I wouldn't even give them the chance. I'd be like, nope, I am out of here.
Period. I am not gonna lie though, I was so here for that move. A lot of people feel like it was a pussy move on her part. I was here for it. Honestly.
You know what? In the end, you know what? She won. She went on there. She made them all come back. And for her to say, like, look, I'm not giving you guys the power to do what you guys came here to do.
Right. I feel like they only did that for Megan, though, because they never brought that jury back for 2, 3, or 4.
I know. It was so bad. And it's the only show they ever did a jury on.
Exactly. So I feel like they only did that because they knew that they were going to vote Megan out. Like, that they were, because, you know, if you watch Talk of Love, they always talk about how on some of the shows, production already had set winners and who was going home this time, who was going home that time. And, you know, us being young at the time of watching, we don't look at it like that. We literally thought, you know, this was actually happening as it was happening. Not saying the show is scripted, but it was very influenced and very set up. A lot of the situations were set up.
Well, I have heard from producers, I'm not going to name which ones, but, like, they, like, will insinuate drama, like, till no end. Like, I know somebody who told me, like, they will literally bring these girls into a room and get them drunk and say, like, hey, did you hear what so-and-so said about you? I don't know if that's what they did on, you know, the 51 Minds shows, but I know that it can get pretty brutal with the producers. And even, like, on the Talk of Love podcast, you know, they're always going in on those producers, saying how, like, brutal they were.
Right.
I'm grateful. The Catfish producers were amazing. They're so nice to work with.
Right. And one fan wants to know, on the Charm School 2 reunion, Sharon had got into a fight with Megan. I want to know, what's your opinion on that, and did you think Megan was wrong for talking about Sharon's husband?
No, because Sharon is somebody who was, you know, supposed to be a leader and supposed to be a nice, like a, you know, a strong woman, and showing empowerment and poise and, you know, class. Sorry.
You good.
And class, and she just totally, like, did not do that at all in that moment. And just the way that she, like, talked to some of those girls was just outright disgusting. I mean, I understand that, like, they're wrong, but, like, there's a way to do it where, like, you're not calling them a slut or a whore or whatever, or a pig, you know?
Right.
And for her to assault someone is just downright disgusting.
Right. Honestly, that was very unexpected because, you know, Megan wasn't on Charm School that long. She was only on 4 episodes, you know, so I didn't really think that was going to come out of that.
You heard what she said, right?
Huh?
Did you ever hear what she said?
Yeah, I watched it uncensored on Tubi TV, and basically, basically she was like, yo, you know, wash your husband's brain and shit like that. It was actually I'm not going to lie, it was very cold. Very cold.
It was cold, but you know what? Like, Megan she even said that she was only on Charm School for production value. Like, she wasn't meant to win. She wasn't there to, like, you know, change. She was there to have fun, and that's what she did. And, you know, Sharon didn't like that, and understandably, I understand that Sharon was mad about that because those girls, you know, did want to change, and, you know, they did want the money, but again, attacking somebody is just downright horrible and despicable.
Right. Another fan wants to know, if Catfish was to call you back to make an appearance on anything, would you do it?
I would so do it. Again, exposure is exposure, and if they wanted to call me back and say, hey, like, look, we want to do a follow-up episode, or we want your help or whatever, I would totally be on that.
Right. You know they do Catfish catch-ups on YouTube. I don't know if they've called you for that yet.
No, they have not called me for that yet. Yeah. And I'm surprised because my episode has a high replay value, and, like, after every, like, new episode airs, they're always playing my episode, and I can tell when my episode airs because I get, like, this insurgence of, like, followers.
Right. Well, I think I think too they're doing them very random. Like I don't think they're doing them in order by season because you know the Tracy Barbie girl, she was on the older season and she had literally did a Catfish catch up last year and it's been that long. So I think maybe you're coming. You just haven't came up on the list yet.
Hopefully, I hope so.
Because I would love to watch
no rush,
it.
but I'd be happy to do it.
Exactly. One fan wants to know: do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have a nice blended family, and I'm so grateful for that. I have some stepsisters, some stepbrothers, and I love it.
Alrighty. Do you like see them on a regular, or do you live near them?
I live in San Diego. They live in Connecticut. That's where I'm from,
Okay.
Connecticut. So they're 2,500 miles away, but when I'm there, we're always together.
Okay. And do you feel like your personality vibes better in California than Connecticut?
Oh, definitely. People see me in Connecticut and they're like, what the hell is this kid doing here? Like, I stick out like a sore thumb. And I'm pretty sure my outfits don't help either, but my coworkers always told me, they're like, you belong in California. Like, that's where you belong. We can see it in you and your personality and just the way you talk, the way you act, your mannerisms. It's very California. And I love California. California is always going to be in my heart.
Oh yeah, I be feeling the same way because I'm very flamboyant. I dress the way I want to dress, and I have people. I live in I live in Alabama, so it's very close minded down here.
Oh, Connecticut too. It's like, my thing is because I wear a lot of like, my clothes are the size of my pinky. So, like, my opinion is clothes are clothes. Like, I don't classify, a certain garment as male or female. If I like it, I like it, and I'm going to wear it. Now, That doesn't mean I'm like transitioning. It's not meaning I'm doing drag. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that's my style, and I like that.
Exactly. Oh my God, because I have this problem with people thinking that I'm like I want to transition because I like wear lace fronts and stuff, and I wear gloss and mascara, skinny jeans, short shorts, and they people mistake me for a woman sometimes when I'm out in public, and people think that I'm trying to transition. It's not that. This is just the look that I want to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a look, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Even in California, some people don't understand that, but I have a lot more accepting people out here, and that's really what I like the acceptance and the open-mindedness out here, and it's really nice.
Right. That's really good though. That's really, really good. I'm glad to see that you found an area where you feel like you vibe more.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait till I'm able to do that. Because I definitely will, honey. Like Alabama is not for JC. No. But one fan wants to know: have you ever thought about auditioning for America's Next Top Model?
I have not. I want to get my teeth fixed before I end up doing any modeling. I do like private shoots. So like I'm actually doing a shoot next weekend just for like my own personal collection.
Right.
And I post them on Instagram every now and then. But I have not gone on America's Next Top Model. I'm compared to other people, and this is me being very humble right now, which is very rare. But I'm a slim twink. There's nothing like. I don't want to say there's nothing special about me, but you know what? Like, I have a flat stomach, I have a flat ass, and like I have fucked up teeth. Like, America's Next Top Model does not want me.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you now. They've had girls on the show with fucked up teeth before, and they just fix them.
Okay, then maybe I need to get on that.
Yeah, they literally like this one girl on one of the cycles, her teeth were fucked up, and Tyra was just like, we're gonna have the dentist pull out the fucked up teeth, and they inserted like some good looking teeth into her mouth. Like, it's really nice, honestly.
Well, that's what my goal is. I'm actually planning, or I'm trying to get everything in the works to get a G4 implant, and what that is like, it sounds really nasty, but they rip all the teeth out of your mouth. They put a track in, and it's all fake teeth, and it's permanent, so it's not like you're wearing dentures like an old person. But it looks really nice. My friend's mom had it done, and it's a 2-day procedure, and I really want to do it. It's in Vegas.
Is it different from veneers?
So it's like basically what like a bridge is for your mouth?
Right.
Yeah, so it's basically like a set of all fake bridges.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to get veneers, but that sounds better. I know with veneers, they say you have to change them every 10 years, and they're really fucking expensive to be changing every 10 years, Yeah,
what's awesome about the G4 implant, it's expensive. I think it's like $40,000, but you get like I think you get free touch-ups for like the rest of your life. So you go like every 10 years, you fly out to Vegas and they fix your teeth up for you for free.
Right, right.
I mean, for $40,000, they better. So.
Period. One fan wants to know, there's a picture of you on Instagram where you're hugged up with this girl for prom. Did you used to date her?
That is actually the friend. If I know which one you're talking about, I think it's my friend Rachel. She's actually the one who passed away the first day of filming.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that prom was a while ago. That was such a fun day. But yeah, that's Rachel.
Okay. So yeah, y'all never dated. Y'all were just friends.
No, we were best friends. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. They probably didn't swipe to the next photo. So. But one fan wants to know, did you and Mikey ever hook up?
No.
Okay.
And I didn't mean that in like there's like speculation that no, we never hooked up. I've never seen him naked. He's never seen me naked.
Okay. So y'all were just full on just friends, period.
Yeah, we were friends, and we were really good friends at the when we were friends. We were awesome friends. We were always together, and we went on vacations, and it was fun. But we had a falling out, and obviously we didn't mesh. And I hope that one day we can get back to normalcy. So, but
right.
I'm out doing my thing. He's out doing his thing, and one day we'll meet up.
All right, then. And one fan wants to know, when did you take the Mariah Carey star photo? Because they're wanting to know, like, were you able to explore LA while you were there?
So when I actually did that while I was filming, and it was like a break in filming, and one of the producer assistants, because we had like a good 5-hour break, and they're like, think of things that you may want to do in LA for the time being. And I was like, I want to see Mariah Carey star. And I literally, nobody else's star, I just wanted to see hers. And I didn't care if that's all I saw. And I went back to my, room. That's all that I wanted to do. And I saw the Hollywood sign. But yeah, Mariah Carey is my number one. I know Megan seems like she's pretty up there, but, Mariah is the number one in my life.
All righty. And one fan wants to know, do you work out to keep your body like that, or is it just naturally like that?
I go running, and I try to eat healthy, and it's all in diet. I think that diet and cardio are, amazing for you. I run 3 miles a day.
Right.
Well, not now with this whole quarantine, but I used to run 3 miles a day.
Okay, then. So you actually, you more so just like to work out your legs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, obviously, I have, a style, and my style is very, it's twink, and...
Very petite.
It's very petite, very slim, very slender, and that's the body that I'm going for right now, and that's how I keep it in shape. I don't touch the weights at all. If it has anything to do with muscular endurance, no, thank you.
That's just period. That's how I am too. I mean, I still work out anyway because I want to be slim too, but I want a toned body.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that toned stomachs are amazing, but I don't know. I have no desire to work on my arms anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right. So, one fan wants to know, have you ever had a problem, a physical problem, going out in public dressed the way you would dress? So I guess they're probably asking, has anybody tried to fight you or, fuck with you because of that?
No, I mean, the looks can kill, but, no, again, and being in California, I get so many compliments and mostly girls. They're like, oh my God, I love your outfit. Where'd you get that shirt? And, they're like, oh my God, your body or whatever. And I actually met Allie and AJ. I don't know if you remember them. They sing the Potential Breakup song.
Yes.
And I forgot who, I think it was AJ. She's like, oh my God, I want your body. Oh my God, I love your outfit. I'm like, oh my God, you're my idol. Stop saying this to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any regrets, or would you still do everything the same?
I would do it all the same, and I wish things had gone a little differently, prior to filming, but, I had fun with it, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Right. And did you have anything to say to your fans, your haters? What's up?
Well, to my haters, I mean, I don't really give a shit what they think. I'm still living my life. What they think doesn't affect me at all. I have my friends and my family and, my loyal fans who have become friends. They know the truth, and that's all that matters to me. I don't have no one to explain myself to.
Exactly. Oh, and one more question. This is just a personal one for me. I noticed that Lucas Cruikshank had did a video about you. I watched that video. I remember watching it, and I was like, oh my God, I wonder, does he know that this is happening right now?
I found out, actually. Yeah, my friend sent it to me, and he goes, hey, Lucas did a video on you, and I didn't know who that was. And it turned out to be that Fred kid.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like shocked, and I was like, it was like really like flattering to me, and it kind of reminded me of like a South Park episode where they like satirize you and like they just kind of roast you.
Right.
And that's how I took it as. I took it as like a huge like praise. I mean,
right.
He's putting me on his channel. I just hope that if he's getting money for that, I hope I'm getting a cut.
And right, and when it comes to him and everything like that, it really shocked me because I didn't think he was down with reality TV. Like, that's when I watched it, I was like, I really need to find his Instagram and let him know that like somebody is talking about him right now. Like, But
I actually found out at work when I found out I was at work, and it was crazy. I was like freaking out, showing all my coworkers, and they were happy for me.
Right, and you watched like the Fred movies and stuff, so you pretty much knew what he did before.
I have not. I used to watch him. This is going to age me, but I watched him when he was on YouTube, and like I remember watching him, and it was him, and I remember it was Shane Dawson. They were like the two big ones, and Ray William Johnson, of course. And they were like the three big ones on YouTube, and I remember watching those three like religiously.
Okay then.
But no, I did not watch that Fred movie. No.
Okay then, and I know how you say you took it as him roasting you. So if South Park did do an episode with you in it, you would be very honored if they did it.
Oh hell yeah! Again, it's exposure, and second, like I'm happy that they're noticing me and they had fun with it, and I'm happy that other people are happy and laughing. That's all that I care about.
That's great, honey. That is wonderful. Well, anything else you would like to say to the fans?
I mean, I just want to say thank you for your support, and, I love them so much, and they know that. I express that all the time when they contact me, and, I'm very grateful for the people I have in my life and the fans.
Right, wonderful. And I would like to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this interview with me.
Of course.
I just had to get to the bottom of this Catfish whole thing. What really made me do it too was because I was Googling it one day and I noticed there's a whole Reddit about the episode, and
I know, I read it.
They're just talking so much shit and talking about stuff that they don't know.
Laughing. And when I found the Reddit, me and Mikey were actually together one day. We were just laughing at it. Because, they're all roasting me, of course. So, it was a free laugh for him. But I was like, oh, my God, these people are vicious.
Right. They were doing too much.
People need to realize TV is TV. Like, we're at our heightened, spots.
Right. They were like, oh my God, Neve shouldn't have helped him, and I hate that it ended good for him. Like, y'all are so fucking vicious. It's not even funny.
The comments were crazy, but
but it's okay, boo-boo, because I'm really glad that you you kept your head up and you let them know what's good. So.
Of course. And thank you so much for having me on here. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, no problem. I like to use my platform as much as possible, so that's why I was like, you know what? Let me stray away from Bad Girls for a minute and let me head over to MTV and see what they got going on. Because you're actually my first person from MTV I've ever interviewed. So.
Well, I am very honored and very humble.
Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and let you get done with your day. Thanks again, dude. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, God bless. And I really hope that, you accomplish, your reality TV goal. Because like I said, I'm trying to do it too. And it'll be amazing if I got to watch you on Big Brother. Honestly.
Of course. Well, you know what? You have my Instagram, you have my number. Keep in touch with me, you know?
Exactly. Like if I make it, or if I make it to the next round, I'll just probably like text you and be like, "Hey, did you get a call?"
Bro,
or
I'll
something?
mention you, you mention me. It's a
Exactly.
bro, but we all gotta help each other.
Exactly. All right, Mike. I'll talk to you later, boo.
All right, talk to you later. Stay safe, okay?
All right.